Are you a Jesus-loving woman who overexercises and deprives herself of food, desperately trying to obtain a goal weight on the scale? And yet, at the same time, you strive to be a healthy version of yourself by eating well and feeling fit? Hi, I'm Andrea, and I was running on the same hamster wheel for over 20 years. My toxic body image and eating disorder stole my joy and self-respect. Thankfully, God was always with me, fighting my battles and blessing me with the grit to reclaim my life. I'm off the hamster wheel, but I see you still stuck in the cage, and I want to help free you too. Journey with me every week. I'll share personal stories, tools, mindset shifts, and the practical steps I took to heal my unhealthy relationship with food and exercise. I don't believe food and exercise are the problems. I believe they're part of the solution. Instead, I'll teach you how your mindset and faith are the keys to healing. Get ready to navigate your newfound path to healing. Get ready to reclaim your self-worth. Get ready to realign with your God-given identity. For in this identity is where you find true wellness and healing. When you are well, your gifts shine into the world. Shine on, babe. Let's do this. I'm Andrea Carroll, and this is Good Vanilla. Hey, pretty peeps. I'm quickly popping in here before we get rolling to communicate that I am not giving medical advice. I'm giving energetic, emotional, and mental support for women on their health journeys. I'm here because I care. I hope sharing my story will in some way help you on your unique path. Okay, let's dive in. Hey there, friends. Hey, I want to dive a little deep here into my mission for this podcast. Obviously, I am speaking mainly about wellness as it pertains to recovering from disordered eating, eating disorders, negative body image. And all of this, to me, falls under a category of wellness, mental health. And it's my mission to inspire women to pursue wellness from a foundation of faith. And I want to talk about foundation and how it relates to the name of this podcast. Because believe it or not, the name Good Vanilla was not a random choice. It's a meaningful, sort of in a hidden way. And I want you to understand where it came from. So when you hear Good Vanilla, it can be a meaningful reminder for you as it is for me. So it's story time. Let's dive in here, and it's time for me to explain a couple things. So a couple summers ago, my family and I, we were driving to the lake to go fishing. And my husband, Adam, and I started talking about how overwhelming and overcomplicated the world is today. And how we prefer simple because that's where we are truly happy. It just seems like everyone is trying to one-up someone else, right? Like, I bought the new car, we're going on this vacation, we got this house, we're doing these activities with our kids, Monday through Friday, we're running around taking this kid here, that kid there, this one here. Like, everyone is really putting busy up on a pedestal, right? Like, just if you're not busy and if you're not running around crazy, achieving constantly, something's wrong with you. That's kind of like the feeling that I would get. And everywhere you go, there are so many choices. And our culture, it can be just so exhausting. Now, don't get me wrong. I appreciate having the privilege of living in our culture and being able to basically achieve whatever I set my mind to, right? And I appreciate having choices, but for some reason, I think I'd be less overwhelmed if there were only 3 choices, because It's like, at least then, if I'm indecisive, a good old-fashioned eeny, meeny, miny, mo would do the trick. So just envision Adam and I are talking about this, and I gave the example of ice cream. I said going to get ice cream should be fun, but there's a lot of pressure. All the flavors and the toppings and the custom orders. It seems like the menu boards have 57 combinations. In the lines to get up to the counter to order, they are never the right length. Never. If the line is short, you have to walk right up and quickly order before the people behind the counter get that sideways look on their face like, how do you not know what you want? And then when the line is too long, I fall into this false sense of confidence. I think, I have all the time in the world. I'm going to come up with the perfect order. But then you're standing there, listening to other people's orders, thinking, that sounds good. And you see all kinds of ice cream cones and cups passing by, and you think, what's that? That looks yummy. You have these outside influences starting to weigh on your mind, where before you thought you had it figured out. You knew your plan of attack, and you start observing people, right? And before you know it, you're questioning your order, changing it so many times that by the time you get to the counter, you hurry and you randomly choose something. And when you sit down with your ice cream, you kick yourself for ordering the overcomplicated double cookie dough explosion with bonus brownie bites. I don't know if that's an actual order, but it should be. That's how ridiculous most of them sound anyway. And then as I'm eating it, my jaw is breaking, trying to chew the cookie and brownie. I say it'd be better with less stuff in it. Maybe even with just the ice cream. What's wrong with vanilla ice cream? There's nothing better than good vanilla. I also explained to Adam that vanilla, in my opinion, is the best starter for all the other good ice creams. The best foundation. And I want to apply that philosophy to life. Have a solid, good foundation, and nothing is better. You can apply it to all areas of life. Does that make sense? And for me, God is that foundation. He is the foundation for everything in my life. Anytime I need a strong sounding board, anytime I need that constant companionship, that resolute, undeniable faith and love, I look to God. Anytime I need that wisdom, I pray. I spend time with God, spend time reading His Word. And honestly, I got to be doing more of that. I have to be reading His Word way more because I'm really feeling pulled right now in my life, needing that wisdom, needing that guidance, needing that foundation of where do I go from here? What is right for my family? What is right for me? We're not just randomly floating through this world. We have to be tethered. We have to be anchored to something. You have to have a foundation. Right? And this podcast is going to be rooted in the foundation of faith. It is going to be rooted in God. Because I do not get through a single day without needing God. Multiple times a day. And that, for me, is wellness. If I start from that place, if I start from the place of God is my foundation, it really strips away so much complication and so much expectation. It really strips away the outside messaging and the outside pull and the influences to conform and to almost perform for this world. For so long, I was performing for this world, and I still fight the urge to do it. But my foundation, and for me to be well, as I have said in the intro to this podcast, when you are well, your gifts shine into the world. That wellness, that foundation, that wellness comes from God. So friend, I hope that explains a little bit more why this podcast is titled as it is. I know it can be a little confusing, but there's a reason. I have a reason for everything. So I hope that clears up some things. If you were kind of confused, why is this titled Good Vanilla-ish? I talk about food. We talk about food in our bodies and on this podcast, but it goes deeper than that because it is not about your body and it is not about your food, even when you think it is. That is the point. It always goes deeper. It always goes to where you are grounded, where your foundation is. And if yours is in God, is in Jesus, you're in the right place, because that is what's happening on my podcast. Okay, have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you next week. Hey there, beautiful. Do you feel like every step forward in your healing journey, you are met with setback after setback? It's like it doesn't matter how much effort you put into feeling better about your body, feeling better about your relationship with food. It doesn't matter what it is. Whatever you are trying to heal in your life, do you feel like the work you are putting in is constantly being erased by a trigger? Well, I hear you. I'm seeing all the comments online about people trying to heal their relationship with their body and with food, and it seems like triggers are something that are relentless in your life. They will not give up their grip on you. Here's the thing. Triggers are not going away, but there's something you can do about it. You have the tools, you have the capability within you to fight back. And to help you do this, I created a little workbook, a free download for you to get right now and start working on fighting back against your triggers. It's my 3-step process to tame your triggers. I walk you through, there are journal prompts in the workbook that walks you through exactly what you need to do to set up your own plan so that you are prepared the next time a trigger strikes. Friend, take back your life. Take back the control. Don't let triggers have control over you. The link for the download is in the show notes. Go download it now and take the first step to defending your life and defending your well-being. You got this, friend. Hey there, lovely souls. It means the world to me that you took time out of your busy schedule to come and hang out with me today. But here's the thing. You made time for yourself also. You put your self-worth and your mental wellness first by listening. Did you know that you can help me spread my message to others that so desperately need it? Hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. Rate and review my show. And hey, I want to hang out with you more. Come over on Instagram, follow me at Andrea_Caro, and send me a message. Tell me how you're doing. I want to get to know you. I can't wait to hear from you. And until then, shine on, babes.